Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we're going to be reading 3 very interesting weight loss stories from Reddit. Make sure to stick around until the end, because the final one is my favorite. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy, and subscribe so you don't miss future weight loss stories. For the past year or so, every time I've had to show my driver's license, I get one of 2 reactions. Quizzical, skeptical looks followed by a raised eyebrow, or a usually friendly comment about how I look nothing like my photo anymore. But in the last few months especially, my ID has started to be more of a hindrance than anything else. It culminated in December when I very nearly wasn't allowed to board a flight to Texas because the agent at the security checkpoint couldn't verify the ID was mine. So I finally bit the bullet last week and went to the DMV to take a new photo. In DC, you can't simply request a new photo to be taken if you don't like yours. So on the new application, the employee had to make a note about why I was getting a new photo while my license is still current. And on the form she wrote, "New ID required. Reason, weight loss." The new ID arrived in the mail today. It's a little thing, but holding the 2 photos side by side was a good reminder of how far I've come on this journey. Also, holy hell, my hair back then. Pics. Long post ahead, here's the photos for the curious. Obligatory, not English native, sorry for errors in the post. So a bit about me. I'm 21 years old, 5'11", and all my life I've been pretty much obese. Since I was 10 years old, I had food as the best way to enjoy life and to feel better when times were sad. On the morning of June 3rd, 2018, I just woke up and decided that I was done. Through this subreddit, I learned and comprehended that the only thing that mattered for weight loss was calories. This sub was my company for endless nights where everything I could think of was that I was hungry. Thanks to the countless posts, comments, rants, victories posted in the sub, I felt that I, for the first time, was not fighting this alone. If you have a question, want to start a convo, or have a similar story, please comment so that others can see that it's really possible to do it. I'm making this post because I hope to inspire someone to do the same, because my journey has been everything but easy, with countless setbacks everyone can relate to. But if I could do it, so can you. How did I do it? I started at 340 pounds, more or less. I downloaded MyFitnessPal and ate 2,000 calories a day without any movements whatsoever, except walking or keeping track of macros. There were days I had cravings for chips, and that was the only thing eaten that day. At the end of summer, I already lost 58 pounds. Through mid-September since late October, I had the first setback. It was a month and a half full of travels and fun for me, but it was a month full of junk food and regaining bad habits. In fact, I only lost 8 pounds. Some would say it was still a victory, and now I could think it is. But at the time, I held huge standards for myself and thought a lot about giving up. I thought that if I couldn't do it perfectly, then I was wasting my time. But I decided to go through it, and in early November, I started working out and re-eating well. I recalculated my totally daily energy expenditure and joined a gym. For those who are ashamed to go, don't. Even if the gym is full of jerks and bumholes who judge you, keep going straight forward. Think of your objective and think that there is no one that can stop you from reaching your goals. In only 1 month, I lost 20 pounds, arriving at circa 265 pounds. I was amazed and really happy, but then the Christmas holidays came, second setback. In the holidays, I gained 5 pounds. On the 10th of January, I decided to hop back on the train, changing my workout from 3 days a week to 6 days, recalculated my totally daily energy expenditure again, and ate a constant 1,000 deficit calories per day, not counting exercise. This time, I also kept count of the macros and ate at least 110 grams of protein per day. Fast forward to today, I am 210 pounds. I'm not done, but I'm by far happier than when I weighed 130 pounds more. The gym. Working out is not important for weight loss. One of the catchphrases of the sub is that you can't outrun a bad diet, and it's true. But gym gets you focused. Gym helps you with body composition. Gym lets you go out more and gain more information and advice for this journey. Join one if you have the time. It will only help you. Few changes in my life. Discipline. I'm more focused than ever. I'm strict to myself. I'm more productive, and I do my tasks easily and without lamenting too much. Fashion. I always loved dressing well, but even if I spent 200 to 300 euros for an outfit, I couldn't rock it without a normal right human body composition. I sleep way better, and I like more than ever going out for an adventure, like trekking, but before I couldn't handle all the cardio. Conclusions? I really want to thank you for the support. This sub is amazing, and I especially want to thank me, the me of 365 days ago that decided to not give up on life, but instead to begin it. Hello everyone, this is my first post here. I've been commenting a little bit but never posted before. I started seeing my doctor in February when I was 530 pounds. I had already lost 75 pounds at this point, but I'm not sure if he really believed me when I told him. He asked me what my health goals were and I told him, I want to lose 100 pounds before I turn 29 in October. He told me, well, that's a lot of weight, and never said much else about it. Today, I went in and got weighed at 398 pounds. I beat my goal by 32 pounds in 2 months. When he looked at my chart, he said, wow, you did it. I'm really proud of you. Keep it up. I honestly teared up as soon as he walked out of the room because this was the first time I can remember of anyone ever telling me they were proud of me. It's been a struggle and I'm still fighting the 600-pound person inside of me, but it's worth it. I feel for the first time in my life that I have some control. Every day he gets weaker and the new me gets stronger. How I've lost the 200 plus pounds in less than a year, about 0.66 pounds a day. I started at just counting calories and limiting myself to under 3,800 calories per day. I lost a pound a day for a month. I weighed myself every day, and if the scale stopped moving, I lowered my calories a bit until they did, and the scale would start moving again. I was down to 3,000 calories per day after a month, and I was still losing a pound a day. Then I went to about 2,500, and eventually, now I'm at about 1,800 to 2,200 per day. I started intermittent fasting about a month and a half ago. I eat during a 6 to 8 hour window and fast the rest of the day. This has gotten me out of my last plateau and I really like how it makes me feel during the day. I eat a huge salad every single day, and I mean huge. I use an 8-quart mixing bowl for my salad bowl. I usually eat 2 or 3 heads of lettuce a day or spinach. Greens are my friend. I am definitely a volume eater. I also eat a ton of beans. Legumes are my main protein source. The more beans I eat, the more weight I seem to lose. I eat lots of fruits, pretty much any and all kinds of fruits. I don't limit myself on any fruits or vegetables except avocados. I keep those to 1 per day max. I have a smoothie every evening, usually with about a quarter pound of kale, some ice, a banana, and some almond milk and a tablespoon of flax seeds and 2 packets of stevia. It's under 300 calories and it makes about 2 quarts. I think it's delicious too. It keeps me full all night and I'm not really hungry until about 4 to 5 hours after waking up the next morning. But all of that is just minute. The real way I lost this weight was being honest with myself and finding a reason, a why to live. Nietzsche said, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. And this has rung true for me. I've known how to lose weight for years. You consume less calories than you expend. It's basic physics. But it wasn't until I had a good enough why to live that I actually changed my life. It was almost a year ago. I was sitting in an abandoned shed, homeless, nothing to live for, no one that loved me, no friends, nothing. I decided that I was going to kill myself. I was a burden on society and I was worthless. When I decided to kill myself, something changed. I thought, well, if I'm already dead, maybe I should just try as hard as I can to change this if I'm just going to die anyways. When I think back to that day now, my thought process doesn't make that much sense to me now, but I was in a bad place. But in a way, I did die that night. The victim in me died. The person that made excuses died. The person that never gave a crap about anything and just blamed his troubles on everything around him died. I had to completely transform who I was, what my self-talk was, the way I carried myself, everything. All of this took time and I didn't change overnight, but what I did do was make that decision to change. The absolute biggest thing was that mindset change. I journal a lot about my weight loss and my life. Writing helps me think, and it lets me see in writing sometimes the faulty logic that I'm running through my head, but I'd never second guess it if I didn't see it written out in front of me. This is absolutely critical for me. When I started my weight loss journey, I wrote about how I got to this weight and why I weigh 600 pounds, and then I wrote about where I want to be in 5 years. If you want to transform your life, you need a good enough why, a reason that keeps you going in the hardest times when you're tapped out of motivation and willpower. You need to have something to run towards and something to run away from. For me, I want a family. I want to be a dad, which is what I'm running towards. I want to have someone that loves me as much as I love them. I have daydreams of playing with my kids and teaching them things my father never taught me. And what I'm running from is being a bedridden 30-something, dying alone in an apartment with no one to even check on me until they smell the death in the hallways. And then no one left to mourn me, no funeral, nothing. And just a dead fat guy that probably took a crane and a few dozen firefighters to remove the body. Every time I feel weak or depressed or unmotivated or feel like quitting, I revisit my journal and it reminds me why I'm fighting this war on my own obesity. And it doesn't matter if I lose a few battles, as long as I get back up and keep fighting. This has been the most powerful tool for me and really is the only reason I'm still going today. I highly recommend you start journaling if you're not already. Anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Edit, here is a progress photo. And that brings us to the end, narwhals. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up on this video. More weight loss stories are coming soon. Subscribe so you don't miss them. Also, a tad bit of side news before I hop off. Yesterday, it was reported that the first ever beluga narwhal hybrid was found in the Arctic. In a new paper by Scientific Reports, a skull found by an Inuit man 30 years ago is now believed to be a hybrid of a narwhal and a beluga. The researchers are still investigating further, and more should be known in the upcoming months possibly, but thought I'd report that for you guys. I'll be sure to cover any little narwhal news in the future. Thanks for watching, narwhals, and until next time, live brave, live narwhal.